Hello everyone, Captain Foley here. Welcome back. It's time for a Mandalorian first reaction. This is to, of course, Chapter 10, The Passenger. So welcome back everybody. It's good to see you all. Hope you are having a great day. A great day. There. Did say 19 people here a second ago, now it says 14. So, and 15 likes, which is great. So if you haven't hit like yet, consider hitting like. Good to see you all. Kids. So yeah, I hope everybody had a good weekend. I had a pretty relaxing weekend. Was out riding the quads, the ATVs at my brother-in-law's house today. Had a good time. Didn't record any of it. It's not going to be on Captain's Log, so the thought crossed my mind, but decided not to. So there is always that. So yeah. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying season 2 of The Mandalorian. It is, it's exactly what I expected. It's been really good. And, this one, although not super engaging, this was kind of a very much a one-off little adventure. It was still fine and actually had some really fun moments in it. And goddamn, Baby Yoda likes his eggs. I thought that was going to be an issue. I thought the mama frog lizard thing was gonna be a little bit upset with the missing eggs, but apparently not. I mean, they're not fertilized eggs, so it's not that bad. It's not like he's eating her young. I mean, he is, but he's not. It's like us eating a chicken egg, right? So Timothy Moore's here, Sebastian, Ozzy. It's raining and snowing here in Arizona. Damn. It's been a beautiful day today here. A really nice day. Clean Gene, that frog was cuter than Baby Yoda. I didn't even think it was a frog. It reminded me more of our crested gecko than anything else. But yeah. Joseph, my dad, staying warm here and glad you had a great day there. Rebel Poet 71, a total filler, and I'm not starting to hate Baby Yoda. And I'm starting to hate Baby Yoda, a little psycho. Oh, there's people across the street. Ozzy, Baby Yoda likes frogs' eggs and spiders' eggs, aka Face Hugger from Alien 1979. Olivia Julius is here and throws in a $5 super chat. Lieutenant Julius Olivia M. Chief Chef Communications Officer, USS Trekyards reporting for duty. Sir! So she's not full of herself today. She's not doing the Federation president thing, but she still is the Federation president. So thank you, Olivia. Good to see you. Thank you for showing up. Clean Gene, Baby Yoda is going down a dark path. No, he's just a growing little boy who needs to eat. No problem with that. Rebel Poet 71 says salamander. Yeah, I suppose it was more like a salamander. Timothy Moore, 75 degrees in New Jersey today, same tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be really nice here too. Ryan K, in the course of a day, it already looks like December. Yeah, that happened to us last week. Week and a half ago, there was snow on the ground, and now it's beautiful again. So, I mean, it happens. Hooker Unleashed Films, I enjoyed this episode a lot. Geek and Review, do you think that baby is eating a lot because he's about to have a growth spurt? Great way to sell toys. I meant add to the story. Yeah, we're gonna have like teenage Groot. We're gonna have teenage Baby Yoda. James Roberts, you can see the frog lady and bug guy in last season's episode. Oh, you can? I didn't know that. Tim McCaffrey, undercover boss. Ryan K, every time I saw him going after those eggs, I kept thinking, oh no. Yeah, same here. I think everybody did. I've heard quite a few people say that as well. I love how nothing happens on my street until it's time for me to go live. And because it's such a beautiful day and it's a little bit warm in the house, so I open the window. You can hear every Tom, Dick, and asshole that it just randomly shows up in front of my house, which is on a crescent, and nobody should really be out there. What are the odds? Olivia Julius, $2. What's better than baby today? Baby Puggy. I think she meant what's better than Baby Yoda. That's Baby Puggy, and she's absolutely right. The pug looks a lot like a little Baby Yoda, so they have the same kind of smooshed face. Now this was a great episode. I love seeing the X-Wing show up and the whole zoom, the airfoils lock into attack position. It's like, oh shit. It was really great. And then they came to save the day. And he's like, just help me patch my hole and get me out of here. And he's like, how about you try and fixing that transponder? We don't shoot you out of the sky next time we see you, next time we're patrolling this sector. And then they just fuck off. Like they could die there. He's got a passenger. He's got a kid. But the X-Wing pilots just say, fuck you. We're not giving you any help. Bye-bye. I mean, yeah, we saved your ass from the big-ass spiders and stuff, but I thought that was a little bit off-putting. But other than that, I thought it was a fun episode. Very, very much nothing going on, which is fine. The beginning, though, where he gets, like, basically, they attempt to mug him out in the desert, and the little shithead grabs the jetpack and runs away. I'm like, please, for the love of God, just activate that goddamn thing. And sure enough, thump. Loved it. Little bastard deserved it. So, thought that was great. All right, Marvin R. What I was kind of expecting was something going wrong with the egg tank, killing the eggs upon arrival, but the child then spitting out the ones he ate, and those would be fine. That'd be interesting. That'd be good. The list of Jericho, not much to say about this episode. They crash on a planet, get attacked by a giant spider. Exactly. There isn't much to this episode at all. Nakar Prime, for the baby, he eats way too many babies. Or for a baby. Rebel Poet 71, what if Baby Yoda isn't Yoda's species? He's like a cuckoo, sorta. He looks like a Yoda baby, but that's an evolutionary design. He'll grow up to be 6 feet tall and will corrupt Kylo Ren. Ryan K, I don't think the S word is going away this time. The S word. What S word? Survival? Timothy Moore, I was thinking Frog Lady was going to whack him with her tongue at some point. I kind of thought the same thing, yeah. Geek in Review really felt like the first two Alien films this week with the eggs and the Marines retreating in the sequel. Kind of, yeah. Rebel Poet 71, yesterday was insane in New York City. The second Death Star exploding had nothing on this. Well, yeah. Olivia Julius, I'm going to bed. Autocorrect hates me, LOL. Autocorrect can be a bitch sometimes, but also saves the bacon, saves the farm some days. So, good night, Olivia. Have a good one. Thanks for showing up. Rebel Poet 71, love the X-Wings. They're like New York police. Mr. Pete's channel needs 900 subbies. $2. Baby Yoda looks so cute doing infanticide. Agree? Well, he wasn't doing infanticide because those eggs were not fertilized, which means they were not actually viable embryos yet. They were just eggs. So, but Baby Yoda looks cute doing pretty much anything. How he got the last egg out, I don't know. Where he was keeping that or hiding it, I don't know. Where were you hiding it? You don't even know, do you? Didn't make much sense. Olivia Julius, $2. President Julius signing off. Got to work in the morning. Well, running the Federation is a tough job. So see you later, Olivia. Have a good one. And I'll hopefully catch you tomorrow for Mandalorian Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the full review. Seriously, nothing ever happens on our street until I have to go live. Rebel Poet 71, Baby Yoda is very pro-choice. Geek in Review, he used the Acme jetpack. I am just... Ryan K. Second, those X-Wing pilots went to a different channel. I knew he wasn't Rebel. Yeah, I want to switch over to channel 2. Just the whole thing was great. Yeah, my transponder, or you want to send us a ping? Yeah, I'll remember that for next time. No, send us a ping. It's not working. Oh, well, we have time. We can wait. I thought the Rebel pilots were great. Sebastian, yeah, the jetpack scene was great, especially when Baby Yoda looked at him and Mando shrugged. I thought, with the way they said, take anything you want, I thought he was going to get the Boba Fett armor, or at least the helmet, because that's what they kind of focused on there, so. Ryan K, did the X-Wings show up in this episode? Yes, 2 of them. Ryan K, S word equals snow. Shh. Okay, gotcha. Joseph Meditz, those rebels never miss their mark, but stormtroopers, well, they do try. Osmideros, did Baby Yoda use the Force on the frog glass with eggs? He did. At the first time he saw them, he pulled them all to like the edge, and he weren't sure what he was going to do with them. Geek in Review, not a lot of Easter eggs in Discovery or Mando this week, but some literal eggs. Literal frog eggs. You're good, you. I'm not good at that. Timothy Moore, those spiders were Ralph McQuarrie's design. Yes, they were. Absolutely. James Roberts, the spiders were based on Ralph McQuarrie's concept art from The Empire Strikes Back. Mr. Pete's channel. N. Rips, New Republic Interstellar Patrol, like chips. That's good. Rebel 71, the Star Wars universe doesn't seem to believe in locks. Clean Gene, Baby Yoda eating the eggs was a little off-putting because they stressed earlier in the episode that they were the last of the species. I don't think it was the last of the species, it was the last of that particular person's line. It could have been last of the species, but still, there was still enough left that, they needed to be fertilized by the husband when they got there. Yeah, it was a little off-putting. I do see what you're saying. It's not like Mando didn't try to stop him, so... Donnie Pearson, hello Stuart and all, sorry for the delay. Since I am redoing my orchestral mock-up recreation of the Battle Hymn of the Republic in anticipation of Veterans Remembrance Armistice Day. Hey man, how's it going? Good to see you, Donnie. Donnie Pearson, also rest in peace Alex Trebek, the current Jeopardy introduced me to him. Yes, I woke up to that breaking news this morning. Yeah, that was probably around noon for me that I first saw that. And yeah, that was pretty awful. I mean, how weird is it that Sean Connery and Alex Trebek kind of both die in the same week? I don't know if you've seen the Saturday Night Live skit with Will Ferrell and whoever, but they play it's Alex Trebek and Sean Connery, and it's hilarious. So, Medallia, New Republic X-Wing patrols are highway cops. Braden Gross, the first episode was full of Easter eggs. I would like the next few episodes were full of new stuff we've never seen. I'm sure there will be, and I'm sure they'll also have a few Easter eggs in there as well, because The Mandalorian has a tendency to master that and kind of give us the nice balance that we need, the balance in the Force, if you will. So, Stephen Heckney, one ping only, a short shout out to Sean Connery. That's actually really interesting. I never considered that, and if that's true, that was not planned, I don't think. So that was quite interesting, yeah. Geek in Review, the self-returning jetpack was cool. Well, it's cool like he controls it from his wrist. Like, you always wonder how he controls it, right? I thought it was like something like Iron Man in the helmet, kind of eye movements or something. But Hooker Unleashed Films, this was part 2 of a low-key 3-part story. This picks up right after the Crate Dragon episode, and next week's may be more serious and better left to a separate episode. Well, next week, I'm sure the Razor Crest is going to be getting fixed. I love that it was thrashed at the end, and he could seal up the cockpit. But still, I got to give the X-Wing pilots a little bit of shit. Yeah, they didn't arrest him. Yeah, they let him off. Yeah, they helped him out with the spiders. But god damn it, don't just leave him there on a frozen wasteland with a passenger who has eggs that need to be fertilized and a goddamn baby without offering some help, sending a ship to help him in some way. I thought that was a little bad, personally. Ryan K. Seeing his ship beat to shit at the end was funny. Yeah. Bill 23799. If the child comes across any Easter eggs, he would have eaten them. Any Easter eggs, he would have eaten them. Absolutely, he would have. Yes, Tim McCaffrey, the one X-wing pilot, is from Kim's Convenience on CBC. Yeah, he's from Toronto. Rebel Poet 71. Game of Thrones was supposed to have massive ice spiders that the White Walkers rode on. These would have been awesome. Medallion. Baby Yoda is the big bad. Maybe. Braden Gross. How often do people change their clothing in the Star Wars universe? Not very often. And the Mandalorian probably stinks. Just saying. Doesn't take that helmet off very often, so. James Roberts. Loved the part where the Lady Frog used the droid to talk. Yeah. Timothy Moore. Mando was like, if you gotta poop, go now. Yeah, I love that part. If you got to use the privy, do it now, because otherwise you're not going to have a chance. Oh, that it was privy, such a fancy word. No, that was good. And then I expected as soon as they were flying away for Baby Yoda to make some kind of sound and him say, I told you to do that before we left. That would have been good. Geek in Review. One of the X-Wing pilots was the show and Clone Wars creator Dave Filoni. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Donnie Pearson. Daryl Hammond played Sir Sean in the Celebrity Jeopardy skit. Now he is Saturday Night Live's current announcer. Rest in peace, Alex and Sir Sean. Absolutely. Donnie Pearson. I am A-OK, despite Alex Trebek's passing. Geek in Review. I'm Scottish myself, and I still have to do the Sean Connery accent. Listen, I'm Sean Connery. I can't even do it. Ugh. Ryan K. Agree, they should have helped repair his ship. Voice of Geekdom. Baby Yoda really needs to learn some discipline. Yeah. Hooker Unleashed Film says, I agree, Cap. I'm not sure what you agree about, but... Carlo Albanez. Hi, hope everyone is well as can be. And Carlo Albanez says, the hunt for the red Karoga. Yeah, so I don't think this is going to be a very long live, guys, honestly, because there wasn't much to talk about in this episode. There was pretty humorous moments with the whole, do you vouch for them? With my life. Like, you just met them 15 minutes ago. I love how the frog says, and she goes on to say, yeah, going to this moon, this, and the husband's going to fertilize the eggs, and can't use hyperspace, and da-da-da. And Mando's like, she said all that? And then she says, oh, I'm paraphrasing. So she said more than that in that little bit of dialogue, but then she paraphrased it down to what she actually said to Mando, which was like, excuse me, what? I thought that was good. That was good. Yeah, I thought the eggs would be more of a problem, like when the mother noticed that there was an egg or two missing, that she'd freak out and it'd be a big deal. And apparently it wasn't. So, I mean, that's good. But the whole evading the X-Wings was so cool. And then to, like, slide backwards, hit and, like, be fine. They could have left. But then they fell through the ice. Just one thing led to another, It was just one of those episodes. But nothing happened at all. Really. There's nothing happened in this episode except the Razor Crest got it fucked up. And so that's going to be like a plot point in the next one where it's getting fixed. He doesn't have a ship or something. Who knows? But anyway, I enjoyed this episode. It just wasn't. It wasn't it wasn't one of the best episodes. It was fun. It was absolutely a fun little side quest thing, and didn't mean anything to anything. It was just a filler episode, but I enjoyed it. So. Donnie Pearson. Well, I'm good in one kind of British accent, the received pronunciation, also known as BBC English. Geek in Review. Sean Connery was a great actor. In Highlander, he played a 2,000-year-old Egyptian who lived in Spain and still kept that accent. Exactly. I love Highlander. Devo77X, the Frog Lady, was interesting. I still didn't think she was a frog lady. I still think she looked more like a salamander or like a crested gecko or something. But yeah, I don't speak that language, frog lady. I don't speak frog lady, whatever. Joseph Meditz. Next week they will arrive at a water world where he is going on the next leg, leaving her there. Oh, so next week is the one where we see him on a ship, like a water vessel. Okay, interesting. Alyssa Jericho. Dave Filoni was the X-Wing pilot in this and the previous episode they appeared in. Cool. I mean, if I made this shit, I'd be in it too. I would put myself in something like this for sure. Timothy Moore. Baby Yoda seemed a little bit conflicted, but those eggs were like Reese's Pieces, just way too tasty. Voice of Geekdom. Forget the smell. If the Mandalorian never takes his helmet off, he's definitely not getting enough vitamin D. I'm waiting for this episode when he gets rickets. He probably takes vitamin C or vitamin D supplements, would be my guess. Guys, let's see, we got 53 people here, 30 likes, which is awesome. But if you can hit that like button if you haven't, that'd be greatly appreciated. If you can super chat, I'd also really appreciate that. A few super chats coming in would be fantastic. Olivia's stepped up and done a few, and we've had some others as well. But if you can, please consider super chatting and supporting the channel. We create all this content for you for free, and we really enjoy your input and your feedback, and we love to chat with you guys and hear your thoughts and comments. So if you can, please consider doing so. We'd really appreciate it. And if you can't do it today, it's fine. Just make sure that you tune into maybe the live review tomorrow where we break it down scene by scene and contribute that way if you can. So, let's see. James Roberts, what I can tell the frog lady is a new Star Wars species. Clean Gene, the eggs not being able to enter hyperspace seemed like an excuse for the plot. Oh, totally. That was totally a plot device. Totally a plot device. Bradley Briggs, a second clip at the end where she noticed some eggs missing would have been funny as fuck, though. Yeah, I agree. Carlo Albanez, the face huggers were scary. Mr. Pete's channel needs 900 subbies. Sean Connery can do an accent as long as it's in Scottish. Bill 23799, question for $200. Beloved Canadian game show host just passed away. Answer, who was Alex Trebek? Too soon? Not too soon. I think that was very respectful. That's fine. Devo77X. To the child, Baby Yoda, those eggs were like potato chips. You just can't have one. You can't have just one. But yeah. Medallion, the character is literally titled as Frog Lady. And I know she is. I know, but I didn't get the frog vibe from her at all, honestly. We own a crested gecko. My son has a... what the hell does he have? A leopard gecko. It had more of that kind of look to it, especially the crested gecko. It did not look like a frog, but that's just me. It's just me. Mr. Pete's channel, her auto captions name was Frog Lady. Yeah, I know. Ryan K. Connery was funny in The Rock. Bill 23799, Frog Lady, she didn't look French to me. Oh, oui, oui. Although they did say privy. If you need to use the privy, now's the time. That's kind of like a fancy French word, I think. Maybe not, I don't know. Carlo Albanez, won't it take a year to get to the next system sublight? You'd think so, but it's the Star Wars universe, so... Geek and Review, speaking of casting, if you were ever to be an extra in Trek, would you want to be human or an alien? I would totally want to be human. Not up for being an alien, honestly. I don't even know what I would want to be if I had to be an alien. If they said, you can be on the show in the background, but you need to be, aliened up, what would you want to be? I don't know what I'd say. I'd probably say something like not Orion. Andorian. Probably Andorian. So you're kind of recognizable. You don't want to be all covered in prosthetics. So it's a good question, though. Devo77X. If I remember the previews, there was a scene of his ship beat to hell heading towards a planet. Well, that'll be the beginning of the next episode, I would guess. Geek in Review. I noticed the baby swallowed the eggs whole and didn't chew. Maybe he's keeping them safe. I would buy that. I would like that actually. It would kind of make it feel a little bit better to a lot of people if they had done that. Just because a lot of people kind of lost respect for little baby Yoda for being bad baby Yoda. He's bad. Kevin is a bad, bad little thing. Clean Gene, this episode had the best subtitle of all time. Frog Lady Speaks Frog. James Roberts, the lady who played the Frog Lady is the same one who played Kuali in season 1. Kuali. I don't fucking know how to pronounce that name. I don't know who that is from season 1. If it's the lady maybe on the planet that had the thing for the Mando with the kid, maybe that's who it is. I don't know. Mr. Pete's channel, I thought Nick Nolte played Quill. Oh, Quill, yes. Nick Nolte did play Quill. The voice, anyway, not necessarily, and the voice and the facial expressions, not the actual onset. So it's Quill, thank you. Sebastian, I'd love to be a Klingon extra on Discovery? Stephen Heckert, in defense of the X-Wing pilots, did they even know about the tadpole tank? Besides, upon seeing that their query was a Mandalorian, even with a busted ship, they probably didn't want to get closer. I mean, I would buy that. And yeah, they probably didn't know exactly, but I mean, it should be their job to find out. Ryan K. Abolian might be interesting. Possibly. Bill 23799, when they ask you if you would like to be on Star Trek, you would ask them, what ship would I be captain of? I thought you were going with like a Ghostbusters thing. If someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes. James Roberts. Nick Nolte did the voice, yes. Yes, he's fat enough. Male bullions are fat. Are you calling me fat? Are you saying I should be a bullion because I'm fat? Is that what you're saying to me? Quill, she meant. Okay, thank you, Bill. Geeks Interview, the character Nick Nolte voice, yes. Hooker Unleashed Films, it would be funny if the start of the next episode shows the Frog Lady waking up and looking down and see Baby Yoda has swallowed her hand up to her wrist and it's just blinking at her. Yeah. Medallion, I have riveted. Geek in Review, could see you as a bullion. I just think I'm fat. I get it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sebastian, not on Disco, but any other trick. Carlo, it has to be a Foley Dreadnought Mark II. Ooh, Mark II, eh? Yeah, I wouldn't mind the Mark II. The Mark III is better design, in my opinion. Not many people have seen the Mark III. Then there's the refit, so that's coming. So don't worry, man. Mr. Pete's channel, ha ha ha, let's paint you blue. Hey, I'm not fat. Bill 23799, I'm not fat, I'm gravitationally challenged. Wow, you guys are so mean to me. 55 people watching with 38 likes. I think some of you owe me some likes because of that, and even a super chat or two. I would like to get a few more super chats. We have hardly had any on this live. Again, not a big deal. This is just to hang out and kind of have fun. But, you know, if we can, it really makes doing these kind of things worth it for us. I'm lucky I had yesterday off because I've been burned out on lives. I don't know if you've been watching lately, but I've kind of expressed that we do so many lives a week now with new Trek and with new Star Wars on. So I'm really burned out. And yesterday I had a bit of a break, so I really appreciated that. Ryan K, pretty sure there are slim bullions. Geek in Review, no, there was a skinny bullion in Voyager and DS9. There you go. I don't know if I'd want to be a bullion though, so if you can see me as that, I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to be one. Bill 23799. Hey, I was talking about me, not you, Captain. Haha. That's a good cover. I like that. That's good. I'll believe you. I will believe you. You know what? Thousands wouldn't, but I will, because I'm your captain and I'm your friend. James Roberts, have you seen the Mandalorian Green Child of Mine, Sweet Child of Mine parody video on YouTube? It's awesome. Yeah, I saw that earlier today. It was pretty good. Carlo Albanez, well, I've been waiting for years for you to finish one refit, never mind another. Which refit are you talking about? Trust me, I don't make them myself. I'm not a 3D modeler, so we go through. I use Barry Chapman, one of our 3D modelers, but he's got other stuff he does that makes him more money. So he's got the refit of the Foley class almost done. So I don't know which refit you're specifically referring to. If I'm forgetting to do something that I said I would do, I don't know. That's probably the case. It's happened before. But the refit of the Foley is, I think, about 95% done. This last time I talked to Barry about it. I think he's put on some finishing touches. I still need to see the final version and kind of give my notes and let him know that he has to probably change a few things because I'm picky. But Mr. Pete's channel, at Geek in Review, Lower Decks showed them properly fat. That's true. Geek in Review, Trills and Bolians are my favorite Trek species. Like this week's disco, but we need more Bolians in Trek. We know nothing about them. That's very true. But I'm not a fan of the Bajorans myself. Although that being said, the new Discovery Starfleet uniforms look very Bajoran, and so do the new badges. So I wonder if the new Starfleet headquarters is on Bajor. That'd be a nice twist, because they wanted to stay out. There was the whole join the Federation, then no, you shouldn't join the Federation. The locusts are coming. All that shit. So for them to be like the new Federation headquarters or new Starfleet, that would be kind of neat. So Voice of Geekdom throws in £2 with a fist bump. Yeah, thanks, man. It's your boy Zaid. It's your boy Zaid. I don't know what the hell that says. I've never watched Star Wars. Is it good? My bullshit detector doesn't work so well at this distance. Are you telling the truth? Because if you are, yes, check out Star Wars. Start with Star Wars: A New Hope. I don't want to call it episode 4 because it's not really. Then Empire Strikes Back. Then Return of the Jedi. Then you decide from there what you want to watch. That's pretty fair, I would say. Sebastian at Trekyards. You'd be a Packlid. Oh, wow. Sebastian, you're fired. You're fired. Get out of here. I look for things. Geek in Review. Did you see the new Axonar teaser that went up recently? Yes, I did. Squadra Course, $2. Looking forward to Foley, Mark III, and Refit. Is Refit TMP? It absolutely 100% is the TMP. And there's a few changes, there's a few design changes that transferred over when they did the Refit version of the ship. So the original ship, the original Mark 1, there's only one of. The original Mark 2, there's actually 3 of. And when you get to the Mark III, that's a totally different design, very along the lines of a Federation class dreadnought almost, but better because it's the Foley version. And there's only like one of those. It's a prototype. Then the Refit, again, there's only one, because this was a design that they wanted to push forward. They wanted to have be one of the main ships, but there were design flaws and problems with the design. That's why they never really got too many out of the gate. So there's a whole story behind the Foley class, and it's different iterations. So Carlo, 350 Enterprise refit model you started building with the lights, but I understand that got me back into modeling and how I found Trekyards. Oh, Carlo, yes, you're absolutely 100% right. That's a refit that I do need to finish, and that's one that I can't blame on a 3D modeler because it's sitting downstairs in pieces. The main assemblies are done. I just need to do the finishing, and I'm scared. I'm scared of it. I don't mind admitting that I'm scared of it. Someday it might happen. Who knows? But good call. At least you got what you're watching. Trekyards. So Bill 23799. Captain Foley runs his home using a miniature matter antimatter reactor core. I do, but I do. Rebel Poet 71. If it's on Bajor, maybe the wormhole has some role in the stuff with that exploring. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I like that a lot. Bill 23799. Never watched Star Wars. What planet are you from? I don't know what planet he's from. He's probably from Yavin. Geek in Review. Now you've mentioned Bajorans, I can't help but think they would bring Cisco back in some form in Disco. He'll come out of the wormhole in a Disco shuttle. Yeah, I wish that they would bring Cisco back. I think it would be great, and it's a definite possibility. Unfortunately, Avery Brooks would not be back as Cisco, I don't think. So it's a mixed bag. I don't want Cisco to come back if they have to recast him, but I would love to see Cisco back. That's a real tough one for me. And as for the Discovery Shuttle, really. Ryan K, send him to the brig for that. Maybe a court-martial. Takes a lot for me to issue a court-martial. Rebel Poet 71. If you haven't watched Star Wars, start with Spaceballs. It's the prequel to the rest, and the main Star Wars films makes a lot of sense after it. Totally lesser experience otherwise. Don't listen to him. Watch A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, then Return of the Jedi, then watch Spaceballs, then decide to watch whatever you want to watch. Mr. Pete's channel. Some female Booleans have hair or possibly wigs. Yeah, don't see why not. Most of the Booleans that I know are barbers, so that would make sense. Hooker Unleashed Films. No, you have to start with Rogue One now. Awesome. No, start with A New Hope, then Empire Strikes Back, then Return of the Jedi, then Rogue One, then Spaceballs. There you go. Carlo Albanez, there can be only one. There can only be one. There can only be one. That's supposed to be there can be only one. If you're talking about Highlander, that is. Alyssa Jericho, I say watch them in chronological order. It'll give you a unique perspective. It will, but you'll probably tune out after, like, the first one. Carlo Albanez, waiting for the Enterprise refit, like I'm waiting for Bird of Prey 5 to eat the out-of-date spam Mom of Prey saved for him on a Sunday. Okay. Mr. Pete's channel, why couldn't the Federation create synthetic dilithium? It's a good question. Maybe they can, just not as effective. And it's not a power source, just so you guys know. I don't want to get into that again. Evil 77X, maybe follow the adventures of his son Jake. I'd be down with that. I'd be find out Cyric loft in return. Rebel Poet 71, what's up with Avery Brooks? Not in the documentary. Never hear from him anywhere else. The rest of the cast are very out there on Twitter, etc. He's retired from acting. I think he's got a little bit of a medical issue. I'm not sure exactly what it is. He seems a little off when they do interviews with him lately. Mr. Pete's channel, or why couldn't the Federation create Borg-like transwarp conduits? I'm sure they have something similar to that. So Carlos says, I wouldn't start with the Phantom Menace because it just gets better from there. I would start with the Phantom Menace. Yeah, but it gives away the whole spoiler of Darth Vader. Don't do that. If you were going to experience it, you should experience that twist like properly. Moose Phone. Captain Worf was such a missed opportunity. It's not too late. Purple Poet 71. Agreed. Start with the original 3. Hope, Empire Return. Have that original experience. Then Rogue One, prequels, etc. Yes. Plutopia. Watch Star Wars in machete order. New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, the prequels, and Return of the Jedi. That would be fine too. And then Rebel Poet 71 says, damn, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear what? What did I say? What happened? What are you sorry to hear? So I'm all caught up in the chat, and as I was saying, this episode doesn't have so much to talk about. If there's anything you guys want to talk about, please consider throwing in a super chat. Oh, Rebel Poet says about Avery Brooks' health. Yes, I think he's got some kind of mental issue, like dementia or something. I don't know. He's very out there. I know that he does smoke the ganja, the weed, and does that kind of stuff, because you can tell in William Shatner's documentary, The Captains, that he's on something. But yeah, he's not all there, unfortunately. I don't think, anyway. I don't know the real situation, but I just know that he's retired from acting and likely won't be coming back. So, Christopher Holiday, hi all, and Squadron Core says, transwarp conduits might work. You only need warp 2.2 to enter the conduit, so that should be doable with fusion reactors. Absolutely, it should be. Absolutely, it should be. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the Mandalorian. And I gotta say that this episode was a fun one. It was totally a one-off. You didn't need to watch it. It didn't need to be a thing. It was just a fun, side quest. And I'm sure if it ties into the next episode somehow, and we get to meet the husband of the frog man lady, that'd be fine. Got to find out where more Mandalorians are. So, yeah. RoboPoet 71. Cisco coming back wouldn't work anyway. If he did come back, he'd have to look the age he did when he left. He wouldn't, though. He could look like anyone, and he could look at like any age. He could age himself appropriately, not to shock the people that he's coming to visit. So I have no problem with that. Yes, time is not an issue for him. He's a non-linear being now. That's fine. He can pop up anytime, anywhere, looking exactly how he wants. It'd be fine. Moose Phone, Mando. Christopher Holiday, episode with spiders was sweet. Listen, Jericho, but Anakin's betrayal would be more shocking in 3 if you watch them in chronological order. Why not just giving shit away? Squadron Course, sorry, didn't mean to get OT. Just thought that was a good observation. Didn't mean to get OT. What does OT mean? I'm confused. I confuse easily. What does OT mean? Mr. Pete's channel. Wait, you can get to warp without fusion? Yes. How do you think Zephram Cochrane got to warp? He used an intercontinental ballistic missile with a fission reactor, I don't know, fusion reactor, one or the other. He didn't have dilithium crystals. So you can hit low warp without dilithium. Dilithium is a catalyst that makes higher warps possible. This to Jericho. Also, don't watch the Disney movies. Just read the EU novels afterwards. It's probably a good idea. Yeah. Or watch the new trilogy after Spaceballs and just pretend that they're in the Spaceballs universe. Christopher Holiday, it was awesome to see Boba Fett in episode 1. Well, it's not episode 1, it's chapter 10. We don't call it episode 1. It's chapter 10. Continuation of the story. Rebel Poet 71. Ooh, it could be another actor then. It could be. I don't want that though. Squadron Course, didn't they just announce Ahsoka in a Star Wars story? Well, Ahsoka's going to be in Mandalorian, so I don't know if they announced anything about that. But Rebel Poet 71 could be the All-State guy. TMA, the whole jetpack scene at the beginning was awesome. Having it come back and stand in front of him was the best. Love how it shoo, poof, thunk. Yeah, it was good. I was really hoping that little bastard would get what he deserved, and he did. That little So. Oh, off topic. It's okay, Squadron Course. Mr. Beach Channel, it's Jericho. You must consume what the mouse tells you. Obey your Disney overlords. Oh. Rebel Poet 71. Couldn't Mando have flown with the jetpack instead of walking in the desert? That's a very good point. I would assume he was close to Mos Eisley, though he didn't want to make a scene coming in. He didn't want to draw attention to himself coming in, so the best way to do that would just be to walk. That's a very good point. It really is, but I think a flying man coming in would draw a lot of attention and probably some unwanted attention, so better just to saunter on in. Chapter 9. Yes, you're right. Chapter 9 is the one with Boba Fett. I'm so sorry. We're talking about Chapter 10 today. So, yes. Geek and Review. Whichever order you watch them in, you'll still feel let down by Hayden Christensen as Anakin. This is Jericho. Cisco comes back looking like Sam Jackson. I'm back, motherfuckers. I'm tired of these motherfucking Discovery shuttles in this motherfucking universe. Hooker Unleashed Films, $2. Baby Yoda spoke for the first time in this episode. What did he say? I know he was like, making baby noises, but... Christopher Holiday, that was... What was he, a Jaws? He was really small. Oh, was he a Jawa? I don't know. Maybe he could have been. It's Star Wars. He could have been any number of species, so who knows? Positive candor. What episode do you think that Ashoka will show up in? I think it'll be not the next one, but the one after. So chapter 12, probably. Or the end of the next one, possibly. I hear somebody outside talking about the presidential election. Saying that Joe Biden is extremely racist. Anyway, Christopher Holiday, he didn't even bounce when he landed. I know, but that was kind of cool. He was landing in sand, so I don't know if things technically bounce when they hit sand like that. So, Rebel Poet 71, Hayden's Anakin always bothered me more than Jar Jar or anything else. I didn't imagine young Vader to be moping and whining. I imagined someone more stoic and disciplined. Absolutely. I absolutely agree with you. Mr. Pete's channel, at Hooker Unleashed Films, he just said gaga and goo goo. It was baby talk. Rebel Poet 71, would Wesley Snipes as Cisco work? I mean, a lot of people would probably work. I just don't want to see anybody else in the role of Cisco because I respect and love Cisco too much. Ryan K. We all know Zephyrin Cochrane achieved warp by shoveling a missile load of beans and then stuck his butt out the window. Right? Mr. Pete's channel seems legit. Geek in Review. I liked that when Mando's ship got damaged, it was falling cables and exploding consoles with bricks. Rocks wouldn't affect him in the helmet. Mr. Pete's channel. Rebel Poet 71. No. About Wesley Snipes, yeah. The List of Jericho. No matter which way you watch Star Wars, something will get spoiled. That's very true. It is true. Geek in Review, Adam Driver, Kylo Ren was the Anakin we needed. No, he wasn't. Hooker Unleashed Films. Mr. Pete's channel needs 900 subbies. We need to find out. LOL. Moose Phone. He was carrying a crap load of gear. It might not have been easy to fly that far through the desert. That's also very true. Squadra Course. What about Cyril Lofton as Cisco? I think he has the right look and would keep the part in the family. No, because he's obviously Jake Cisco, so I don't think that would work at all for me. It would be very hard for a lot of people to differentiate. They would see Jake, unfortunately. So I know he looks like him. I know that he's got the same kind of mannerisms. They did a fantastic job casting that kid to be the son of Avery Brooks, but no, I don't. I would not want that. Rebel Poet 71. Kylo had similar problems. 30-year-old man with mommy and daddy issues. I was hoping for a more ideological driven fanatic. That saber looked like some crusader shit. Mr. Peach Channel, yes, he looks like him. Yeah, he does, but I don't think that would be good. Christopher Holiday, yodeling, eating the frog's eggs was hilarious, and when I stopped him, he ate the spider and caused all kinds of problems. I don't think he caused the spider problem. That was going to happen regardless, but hold on a second. Get sick of hearing people's fucking conversations that are outside my goddamn house across the fucking street. Like, shut the fuck up. You're outside. Don't talk so fucking loud. Don't even get me started. And don't do it when I'm doing a fucking live. Do it some other time. Anywho, whoo-hoo. Ryan K. Yeah, Ren is really underwhelming character to me. Christopher Holiday, When Mando what? And Geek in Review, heard the Mando rumors that Pedro Pascal is leaving the show. That's all bullshit. That's all. My inside source says that Discovery got actually canceled 4 years ago. There hasn't actually been a show called Discovery. My inside source says that's all just pretend. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Moose Phone. Who here wants a speeder bike in real life now? Everyone. Robohote 71. Why would Pascal leave it? This is the role of his life. Because he has to wear a helmet. It's like, well, whatever. Yeah. It's all bullshit. It's clickbait shit. So. Ryan K, I love that impression. I should do a more accurate one. I need to get a face mask of some sort and like really long red hair, and then put glasses, like the typical Roy Orbison glasses, over top of the face mask. Combine a whole bunch of shit into one, and then be like, yeah. So my inside sources say that there's, the Star Trek thing. It's not even really owned by CBS. They just found it one day and they started making shit. Said all the stuff that they made is going to all be illegal soon. There's a court battle right now that's going to determine that Star Trek, the new Trek under Kurtzman, the Kurtzman Trek, is bullshit. It's not even legally CBS's property. So it's all going to be just go away. They're going to it'll be illegal to watch it. It'll be removed off the internet and all streaming sites, and it'll be fine. I feel like I need to do a parody video. Christopher Holiday, Mando stopped the baby from eating the frog eggs. He tried really hard. Mr. Pete's channel. He was better as the Red Viper whenever he wasn't in a brothel. Ninja Chris 77, I'm dying, oh my god. Well, don't die. That's not good. And I don't know who the Red Viper is. I mean, I assume he's Pedro Pascal from Game of Thrones, but I don't watch that shit. So I thought he was better as Whiskey in the Golden Circle, the Kingsman Golden Circle. And that he still does Mando stuff. He's got the lasso. He's got it's not the same as shooting it like that, but he's still got the lasso. Small guy, too. Ryan K, another great performance. Yeah, I'll have to do a parody, a parody video at some point, I think. That can be funny, actually. Gotta think if I have all the parts I need. That'll piss a lot of people off, though. We're friends with a lot of people, not really friends, but we don't like making enemies here at Trekyards. We're kind of like, we're cool with everybody. Everybody talks to us. Everybody's cool. So I don't really want to make fun of anybody, but Mr. Pete's channel, that was his nickname in Game of Thrones, the Red Viper. Gotcha. Figured it out. Ninja Chris 77. So, what are you thinking about the Ahsoka rumors? I don't know. I don't really have my ear to the ground for Star Wars stuff necessarily. I think it's a distinct possibility that she'll show up in The Mandalorian. I think that would be great. But like, I didn't ever really watch Clone Wars, so I know who she is. But do I give a shit if she shows up? Not at all. I'm not going to be like, oh my god, it's Ahsoka. She's on the TV right now. It's a live action. Oh. I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to be like, hey, look, it's Ahsoka. And she's in the Clone Wars. Yeah, I haven't watched it either. Yeah, that's how it's going to be with me and Sylvia. Christopher Holiday, do you think Boba Fett will get his armor back? I think he might try. I don't think he'll necessarily get it back. What I think is going to happen is they're going to need Vance Cobb at the end of the season to join Cara Dune and the team, and he's going to allow him to use the Boba Fett armor in a particular mission. That's what I think is going to happen. I don't know if Boba Fett's going to get his armor back, though. I think there'll be a thing where he tries to do that, but Ninja Chris 77, you're not enemies with anybody. You're just annoyed by some people. It's what you want to say, right? Pretty much. Poet 71, Orbrin Martel. He was great as that, but here he's the starring role. Yeah, absolutely. That being said, there are two other people that play the Mandalorian, though. They're both stunt people. One of them is John Wayne's grandson. So there's actually three people that are Mandalorian on screen, and he's not on screen all the time. Even when there's not fighting scenes, it might not be him. So, but yes, I totally agree with you. Squadron Course, I think it would be funny to make a parody where you wore a gold Darth Vader mask and called yourself Doom Trek. Your sidekick could be Samuel Q. Thulu. That's funny. Mr. Pete's channel. Is Boba Fett done? Will he live out his life in sand? Yeah. Ninja Chris 77. I think we're going to get a lightsaber battle at the end of the season. That's why I was asking about Ahsoka. I mean, someone's going to fight the dark saber. Well, doesn't Ahsoka have two white lightsabers? White lightsabers that have been purified Sith kyber crystals that have been purified and are white. She has two of them. She can use one and toss one to Boba Fett, or not Boba Fett, the Mandalorian, and he can use one maybe. I don't know. And Mr. Pete's channel, is Boba Fett done? Will he live out his life in sand? I have no idea. It was great seeing him. I'm sure he's going to be making another appearance. They wouldn't have showed him if he wasn't going to. But I don't know. Rebel Poet 71, it's very clear to me that Boba Fett doesn't care about the armor. If he wanted it, he could have done so long ago. Everybody knew Cobb had it as the sheriff. I kind of felt the same way, and it's been at least 6 years that Cobb's had that. It could be that he's heard rumors, but because the town wasn't on any maps, it was just, I don't know. I kind of brought that up in our last discussion about the Mandalorian on our live, and I was shot down really quickly about that. That maybe Boba Fett just didn't, he's been tracking it, and now he definitely for 100% knows where it is. So, I don't know. It is his dad's armor that he repainted, though, so it might mean something to him to get it back, so. Listen, Jericho, John Wayne's grandson is very fitting. Would be funny if he starts by saying Pilgrim. Well, Pilgrim. Rebel Poet 71, at some point, like it or like Mando meets CGI Luke. He doesn't even have to meet CGI Luke. He can just meet Mark Hamill as he is now, because this is 6 years after Return of the Jedi, so Mark Hamill can age. I'm sure they'll de-age him a little bit, but Luke can definitely show up at any time, and I think probably should. So I would be fine with that. Ninja Chris 77, she should, I think. Who should? What? Oh, Ahsoka. Listen, Jericho, yeah, Disney have added a lot of nonsense to the lightsaber lore, as they do. Geek in Review, I hate the fandom menace. True fans stick with the franchise through good and bad. It's true. Rebel Poet 71, Ashoka tosses her saber, Baby Yoda catches it and speaks for the first time as a resurrected Yoda. Throws it at the Mandalorian. You see it going through the air. The Mandalorian's reaching out for it, and all of a sudden just stops and goes into Baby Yoda's hand. He's like, caught it, have I? Not as innocent as think you are what I am, who I will be. Blah, blah, blah. That went nowhere quick. Yeah, and then he starts fucking using it. Sure, I'd be on board with that. Christopher Holiday, I would love to see the baby in Mando armor made for him. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Squadron Course, I saw a picture of a recast for Luke the other day. New guy looked amazingly close to 80s Mark Hamill. That's cool. Is it the guy from, is it the Winter Soldier? Bucky Barnes from the Marvel Universe? Because that actor, they did a side-by-side with him with a young Mark Hamill, and they look identical. Positive candor. Ashoka doesn't have her lightsabers anymore. If you saw the end of Clone Wars Season 7. I haven't seen it because I haven't watched any of Clone Wars. I've watched a few episodes here and there, and they're kind of garbage, so meh. Rebel Poet 71. Boba's face looked like a man who moved on. No sign of interest in these ongoings. He's retired and left that life for whatever reason. That's how it should be. Again, I'd be fine with that as well. It was just good to see him, and hopefully he does make another appearance in The Mandalorian and has an important role. Christopher Holiday, Tulak Horde was the most powerful Sith in my opinion. I have no idea who that is. Alyssa Jericho, just use deepfake technology for Luke Skywalker. Yeah, I'd buy that. That'd be good. They could. They use enough technical wizardry in that show as it is, so. Ninja Chris 77, Baby Yoda would probably just eat that saber. Rebel Poet 71, Phantom is my favorite of the non-prequels, simply for Darth Maul, who is the only good dark side character outside of Vader and the Emperor. I remember seeing him for the first time and going, God damn, it's a new bad guy. He's awesome. Oh, he got cut in half and he's dead now. Well, that sucks. Geek in Review, Luke's voice will maybe appear in a Force vision. Rebel Poet 71, yeah, existing deep fake is all you need with Luke, with Hamill being the actor behind the faked him. Yeah, that's the one thing about deep fake you need still is a body double, someone that moves the same and has the same mannerisms. So thoroughly on board with that. Ninja Chris 77 at Positive Candor. She has white sabers in Rebels, which is the last time we saw her. Okay, chronologically, sure. Alyssa Jericho, but Ashoka gets new sabers in her novel. That's what she uses in Rebels. So much side shit. Squadron Course, Clone Wars gets much better as it progresses. Stick with it and then watch Rebels. I will. I've been told that. I need to get on that. There's a lot of things I need to watch. I'm still watching Stargate, for Christ's sakes. And I just started season 8 of that, so apparently now it gets complicated because it gets into Atlantis. So I gotta watch some Stargate, and then I gotta watch some Atlantis, and I gotta watch some Stargate, and I gotta watch some Atlantis, and oh, for fuck's sakes. A show shouldn't have to rely on another show as a crutch for storytelling. It should stand on its own. You should be able to watch all of Stargate, and then go to Stargate Atlantis. But no, you have to watch Stargate Atlantis episode. Fucking dumb. Anyway. Matt Decker, Baby Yoda almost wiped out her entire brood. I know. Mr. Pete's channel, what about Dooku? Meh, he's alright. Squadron Course, the sabers in Clone Wars Season 7 were blue, the same ones that she was given earlier in the series. Later we see her with 2 white or yellow or white blades. They are white. I knew that. I did know that. Rebel Poet 71. Dooku looked and acted much like Vader, making Vader seem less unique. A former Jedi with lots of his stoicism and attitude. He's a good character, but bad for the story as a whole. Cool. 64 people watching with 52 likes, guys. Let's get those likes up. If you haven't hit like, please hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it, and it would mean a lot to the channel and help us out. And if you can also super chat, again, a few more super chats would be great. Another $10, $15, a couple $2, a couple $5 here and there would be great. I would really appreciate it. Helps the channel continue and gives us the ability to do this stuff for you guys. So if you can, please do so. I hate making the sales pitch. I hate saying that, but it's what we use to have the time to make this stuff for you. So if you can help in that regard, please consider doing so. There, I'm done now. Mr. Pete's channel, Baby Yoda can open up 100% organic abortion clinic for froggies. Wow. Wow. Christopher Holiday, too much canon BS in comics is too confusing. Fat Produce, hot take, Babylon 5 is better than Stargate. Babylon 5 is pretty good. I still haven't watched all of Babylon 5 yet either, but it's really good. JL Young, the child is going to eat it drinking game. Melissa Jericho, you don't really need to watch Atlantis at the same time. I'm told you are supposed to. I've been given shit by Samuel and one other person that says, oh no, you have to watch Stargate, this episode here, and then go back to Stargate Atlantis and watch this here and this here. And it's like, agreed, Ryan K. But do you think you will also enjoy Atlantis? I've seen more Atlantis before SG1, and I thought Atlantis was better. I feel like Atlantis is like the Deep Space Nine of the Stargate series. And I that being said, SG1 is really great. I do love SG1, but Atlantis, I'd seen more episodes of it, and I thought it was a little bit better. So, Geek in Review, Stargate Universe is totally underrated. Yeah, I've heard that as well. I'm looking forward to getting there eventually. But Ninja Chris 77, that's Star Wars nowadays. Side shit everywhere. Read the novels here, read the comic there, buy the game here, buy Clone Wars, ass wipes if you want to know C-3PO's full backstory. Yeah, Rebel Poet 71, my favorite non-Trek Wars series is the 2003 BSG. Still think it's one of the best fantasy sci-fi series of all time. You know, I bet you're right. Again, I haven't watched it all because shaky cam. Oh look, there's somebody talking. Oh look, let's zoom in on them. Look, they're talking. Oh my god, they're talking. Shaky cam everywhere. Stop with the goddamn shaky cam. Stop with the goddamn shaky cam on BSG. Otherwise, that will happen. Yeah, BSG, man. Stop with the fucking shaky cam. Not cool. Stop it. I get when you zoom in on a Viper that's in the distance, you got a little bit of that, you know, atmospheric, you know, resolution issue and shake. That's fine. But for every fucking conversation, it's a goddamn roller coaster ride. Like, stop. For the love of Christ, just stop. Geek in Review, Dooku was better than Anakin because he was Christopher Lee. That's true. Laughable Larry throws in an awesome $5 super chat. Thank you very much, Laughable Larry. Really appreciate that. Thanks for being such an integral part of my life. You being a lot of enjoy to me in such depressing. I think I bring a lot of joy to you in such depressing times. And you're welcome, Laughable Larry. Thank you very much for being a fan. So, Rebel Poet 71. Well, Anakin ranks below Jar Jar to me. Wow. Carlo Albanese, like Stargate Universe. Squadron Course, interesting analogy. SG-1 equals TNG, Atlantis DS9, Universe equals Voyager. I would say Enterprise because it got canceled before its time. Rebel Poet 71, it was 2013, come on. Rebel Poet 71, BSG didn't have a huge budget for effects. Shaking cams made up for low resolution details. It's unwatchable. It gives me a fucking headache. It's too much. It's too much. Sometimes I can watch it and ignore it. Other times I can't. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to get fucking motion sick. Just stop. I can't focus on anything. Just stop. Geek in Review, the later episodes of SG1 with Richard Dean Anderson are better than some sitcoms that were on TV at the time. Really funny. Yeah, Richard Dean Anderson's awesome. Less Jericho, but Voyager was watchable. Donnie Pearson, wait a darn minute, Cap. You were the one doing the darn shaking cam, lol. Mr. Beach Channel, I only like shaky cam and horror slashers. It's appropriate sometimes for the odd scene here and there, not for your entire fucking show. Yeah, the Vipers out in space, you zoom in on them, you got a little bit of a shake, that's fine. But when somebody's standing in a fucking room talking, and don't give me the whole, oh, it's artistic, it's like, you know, because someone's standing there watching, you know, they're moving around. I don't know about you, but when I'm watching somebody from like behind a bookcase or something, I'm trying to be stealthy and not be seen. I'm not doing this. I'm not Michael J. Fox. That's a little harsh. Parkinson's is just no joke. But Michael J. Fox, I'm telling you. It's like, I mean, maybe he can watch it and the shaky cam doesn't bother him because it's synced up. I don't know. Ryan K., I think he was also going for a documentary feel. Yeah, that's fine. Stop. Do it for a few scenes here and there, not every fucking scene. Every fifth scene, maybe. Have a little bit of a... Or the ship gets hit and it's like, oh, look at this stuff going on, yeah. But... Squadron Course, just curious, do you think playing PSVR has made you less sensitive to motion sickness? Well, I've never been motion sick, though. That's the weird thing. I don't get sick on water. I don't get sick in the air. I don't get motion sick. I don't get sick in a car. Sylvia gets sick in a car if she's reading or looking at her phone sometimes. She gets sick on boats. She's got severe motion sickness. She doesn't notice the shaky cam in BSG. I do. And PlayStation VR, I can 95% of the time I put that thing on, no issue. If I have a bit of a headache or something going in when I first put it on, it makes it worse. And sometimes if I get a little too warm, if I'm overheat a little bit while I'm in there, it can make me feel a little icky. But like I said, 95% of the time, that's not an issue. So PlayStation VR is fine. There's the odd thing, like last night I was watching some VR 360 stuff on YouTube, in the YouTube VR, and some of it wasn't quite synced up, and that makes you feel a little bit off, but even that didn't make me feel sick. And that's with like stuttering and stuff sometimes when you move. It was fine. So I don't have an issue with motion sickness. But for some reason, I cannot fucking stand shaky cam. I don't know. Rebel Poet 71. It was going for a war documentary feel. Well, it failed. Fucking miserably. Like I said, do it for the first episode. Do it for the odd scene here and there. I didn't watch Cloverfield for that fucking reason. Ugh. Ninja Chris 77. Shaky cams annoy me as much as spinny cams when two people just talk. Discovery does that a lot. Unfortunately, going in circles around two people, just having a conversation. Stop it. That I don't mind so much. In some instances, that's okay. In some instances, not 5 times an episode. You know, so, yeah. Donnie Pearson, no cap, no joke at all, not one darn bit. Carlo Albinez, oh my god, sorry if I messed up your name, but Carlo is laughing. Rebel Poet 71, like a war correspondent attached with a platoon of soldiers who's got fucking Parkinson's. Oh yeah, it's fine. The camera stabilization will take care of it. No. Christopher Holiday, it's sad when the original Shining was smoother than the BSG series in the garden maze at the end. Bingo! Geek in Review. I did love the scale of the ships to planets in BSG. One thing I hate about TNG is the ships look the size of the planet. Pope 71, you must have loved Cloverfield. Like I said, never watched it. Never watched it. Cloverfield made me feel sick. I'll be easy. Albanese. Okay. Ryan K. Who's got effing Parkinson's? LOL. Oh, Mr. Pete's channel needs 900 subbies. At Geek in Review. Huh? What the hell? When is the ship the size of the... I think he just means, like, you see the ship in the foreground and you can see the huge curve of the planet. Whereas, like in VR with the one X-Wing mission on Battlefront, that's in VR. When you get beside the planet, which I think is Yavin, at the end of the mission, it's fucking huge. Like, you look up, you look down, you got this, it's got a slight curve just over there. Like, it's huge. It's planet sized, not, oh yeah, there's the planet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know exactly what he's saying about TNG. I never really considered that. I never felt that way about it, that the ships look that big. But I can see why he says that. It's just that the camera is very close to the ship and the planet's still pretty far away, is I think the way they're going with that. But yeah, like like I said, the X-Wing VR experience on the first Battlefront game, when you're in that and you're beside that planet, it is fucking huge. And the curve that you see of the planet just to your left is like, it's just the slightest little curve. Because planets are flat, don't you know? If you're a flat earther, get out of here. I don't know why you'd even be watching my channel. I don't know how you have the intelligence to turn on a goddamn device to watch my channel. But anyway, so yeah, a slight curve instead of like, oh, there's a planet with the big curve. Like, that means the planet's quite far away. So I know exactly what he's trying to say. Sorry. Carlo says, E at the end, never forget the E. It's okay, your wife can say it right. Or did a long time ago. Oh yeah, she's a sweetheart. She can say it right. Albanese. Albanese? Albanese. I don't know, I'm butchering it, I'm sure. Mr. Pete's channel needs 900 subbies. The earth is a donut. No, it isn't, because if it would have been, if it is, I would have eaten it. So, LOL. Okay, Albanese. Is that it? Perfect. I think I got it perfect. Albanese. I got it. Albanese. I'll never say that right. I've always said it Carlo Albanese. I'm so sorry, my friend. So Albanese. Oh, that's why he said I'll be easy, and then he put Albanese. Oh, well, there you go, Albanese. I learned something new today. Thank you. Geek in Review. I love TNG. It was just a scale thing that never occurred to anyone at the time. Christopher Holiday. Distances also didn't make sense in TNG. Like 7 million kilometers, you can see the enemy ship being fired on. How the hell can you see an enemy at 7 million kilometers with the naked eye? Yeah. No, I totally agree. With magnification on the viewer, sure, fine. Like even in Starfleet battles with the hexes, each hex is 10,000 kilometers. So to get within range for firing photon torpedoes, you have to be like 5 to 6 hexes away before you can fire and do any damage, any real kind of damage. 5 to 6 hexes, so that's 50 to 60,000 kilometers. Phasers can do damage probably at 100,000. Yeah, 100,000 kilometers. Not very much damage. So, yeah, I kind of like the way that Starfleet Battles does that, but... Carlo Albanese. Without the arm, though. What arm? This arm? This arm? Dab. Did I do a dab? I don't know. I don't know how to do dab. My son used to do dabs, but now he's like a municipal officer and he's not a dork. But dabs, I forget how to do a dab. It's like, uh, I was never cool. Ninja Chris 77, you got to do more rant streams or videos. They are hilarious. Thank you, Ninja Chris. I have to be in the mood for it. As you can tell, I'm in a pretty good mood because, like I said, I had a day off from lives yesterday, and I had a pretty good weekend, and just had a kind of a relaxing day today. I have to be in the mood for it because I'm more active, I'm more energetic, I'm more, vibrant and vitalized, as opposed to. And then this person said this, and then this person said this, and then this person said this, and I don't agree with that. And then this person said this. You can tell when I'm kind of down or tired. But today I'm pretty, vibrant. But yes, I do like doing rant videos, but anyway. Geek and Review, pronouncing the name ain't that easy. Mr. Pete's channel, Trek uses FTL sensors. Squadron Course, the most famous example of oversized ships in Voyager over the rings is the opening sequence. Someone worked it out that the planet is only 6.2 diameter kilometers. Yeah, that was, I believe that was Eric Henry that figured that out. But yeah, who cares? It's a great visual. So, T-Berg Sci-Fi, Sci-Tech. Greetings, Captain Foley. Now, T-Berg, weren't you T-Berg Sci-Fi fan at one point? Now you're Sci-Fi Tech. Mr. Pete's channel needs 900 subbies. It was E.C. Henry who figured out the planet was 6.2 kilometers. Yep. Geek and Review, the distance thing for transporters ranged a bit as well, didn't it? Yep. Sturm von Alk. Good evening, Captain Foley. Good evening. Robopote 71. And maybe it's a freakingly small non-planet with rings. It could definitely be. I mean, there's lots of things out there in the universe. Matt Deckert just sent me a message, and I can't look at it right now, Matt. You sent me an image. I'm surprised I didn't get any flack for my Michael J. Fox comment. I expected people to be like, oh, well, that's harsh. Scorcher Course, yes, Voyager opening is beautiful. Someone asked for an example of the, and that's what came to mind. Yeah. T-Berg Sci-Fi Tech. I won the state of the Razor Crest. I vote the state of the Razor Crest after this episode as the greatest piece of junk in the galaxy. I hope they fix it up. I'm sure they will. Ninja Chris 77. Don't know what that's about. Christopher Holiday. How did Kirk have sex with so many ladies and not be a daddy? I don't know. Carlo Albanese. Bird of Prey might get space engineers again. Can't wait to see you in battle. Hail Karoga. There will be no Hail Karoga here. You must follow the ways of Turdistan. Hail Karoga. Sorry, I seem to be blacking out. I don't remember what I'm saying. But no, Anti-Trekker and the Turdistanians are the Hail Karoga. What? I don't know. Geek and Review. The Voyager intro is the only one I don't skip in Netflix. Still love it after all this time. Yeah, it's a good one. Christopher Holiday. How did Kirk's ship go warp 14, but in the TNG you can't go over warp 10? So I assume what you're asking. That's because the TOS warp scale was slightly different. So warp 14 is not the same. I think once you hit warp 2, warp 3, that's where the scale starts to skew a bit. And so warp 9 in TNG is actually like warp 14 or warp 11 or something in TOS. I don't remember the actual scale. There's a chart comparison on my computer downstairs. It's a different warp scale altogether. So, yeah. T-Berg Sci-Fi Tech. I was sci-fi fan, but I'm also a techie, splitting my identity away from my real name and email for looking for a new job. Gotcha. Christopher Holiday, TNG Go Max 10. Yeah, I hope I explained that. Ryan K. They would have to fix it up. Just one jump to hyperspace and it'll break apart. T-Berg Sci-Fi Tech. Alpacans unite. That is the way. No turds and no birds. Carlo Obanez, praise Kuroga. No, I just told you I don't want any political bullshit on my channel. No, hail Kuroga. The conflicts of like the world, like Kurdistan Kuroga thing, don't get brought over here. It's nothing that I hail Kuroga. T-Berg Sci-Fi Tech, resist. Okay, talking about resistance? I don't know what you're talking about. Hooker Unleashed Films. My favorite Trek intro is Enterprise Mirror episodes. Intros, very well done. Yes, the Mirror Universe stuff was good. T-Berg Sci-Fi Tech. Hey, to fix the Razor Crest, you might need the MacGyverlorian. It's got a switchblade and a paperclip. I mean, a Swiss Army knife and a paperclip. Christopher Holiday. Thank you, sir. For what? What did I do? Oh, about the warp scale. Gotcha. Ozzy and Kirk had no manned. Matt Deckard. So, old guy with glasses in Discovery next episode, section 31? Probably. But you raised an interesting point. Why do they still have glasses in the future? Maybe the legends are at max 5. He's wearing glasses to look like a fucking douche. They're actually glasses very similar to Nerdrotic. So, kind of says it all. T-Berg Sci-Fi Tech. Stick with Packlids and Klingons. Geek and Review. Be very interesting to see how Mando's going to land the ship next episode. T-Berg Sci-Fi Tech. The laser eye surgery machine uses dilithium. That's fucking funny. Ryan K. Maybe that guy is just a civilian working for the fleet. Yep, possibly. Who knows? Squadra Course. Maybe the glasses have cool sensor overlays or integrated computer interface stuff. I would hope so, because if you're wearing glasses in the future, I would like that. That'd be kind of cool. Matt Deckard. The glasses look a bit too Blade Runner version of the future. Matt Deckard. Mando would never worried about landing before. Carlo Albanese. Carlo Albanese. It's going to take me a while to get used to that, but there you go. Glasses can look cool, depending though. Hooker Unleashed Films, at Matt Deckard. I think the guy is a time cop. He was watching Giorgio's interrogation. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the time cop thing plays out and all that. Christopher Holiday, the Razor Crest still had landing gear, but will the right side engine hold up? T-Berg Sci-Fi Tech, the burn happened when lower decks replaced the dilithium crystals with Folgers crystals. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. This live is sponsored by Folgers. I wish. Matt Deckard, he's a hipster, like her hair. It's all about style. Miss Channel, he could be light sensitive and they block UV light. Maybe he is from the Mirror Universe. Even though it's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard, and people from the Mirror Universe are not light sensitive. That was just Lorca. I know they said that they're light sensitive, but I don't think they really are because that's just dumb. And on that note, 90 minutes. 90 minutes we've been going. So that's great. 64 likes with 57 here. That's great, guys. If you haven't hit like yet, please hit that like button. Let's see if we can get the likes up a little bit. Maybe get up to 65 at least. One more like would be great. And we could probably use another $10 in super chats, as I said. If you could do a 10, if you could do 2 5s, somebody do a 5 and somebody else do another 5, or a couple of 2s would be great. Just to get a little bit more super chat mileage out of this live would be great. Again, you don't have to. I totally get it. We do have our full review and discussion and breakdown on Mandalorian Chapter 10, The Passenger, tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 10 p.m. in the UK. So if you can make it for that, please consider doing that as well. You'll hear our full breakdown of all the scenes and yeah. Sturm Vanel, Commando needs to take crash lessons from Detmer. She can crash a ship with no discernible damage. I landed this ship. I landed Discovery. No, you didn't, bitch. You crashed that son of a bitch. You did land this monster. He should respect you. The fuck? Get the hell out of my conversation. What are you even talking about? You did not land the ship. You fucking crashed the ship. I flew this ship to the future. Did you, Detmer? Did you? You flew through a fucking wormhole following Burnham. You flew in a straight line, and then you crashed on the other side. You didn't land the ship. I do get ranty sometimes. I apologize. Matt Deckard, people from the alternate universe, mirror universe, are light sensitive. But they're not, though. You know, they threw that fucking line in there. It was supposed to be an issue with Lorca's eyesight because of an accident. And then, he uses these drops because he's sensitive to light. Does that mean that everybody in the mirror universe is... Yeah, let's put that in the script. Okay. No. Matt, no. No. It's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. And Giorgio can walk onto the Enterprise, the Disco Prize Bridge, which is bright as fuck, by the way, with big strobe lights right in your face, right at eye level. She walks on, no problem. Oh, look at all the orange. Don't you think she'd be like, oh, wow, it's bright. Look at all the orange. You know, like Discovery's darker. Anyway. Hooker Unleashed Films. I am light sensitive. I do my best work in the dark. Just saying, laughing my ass off. I mean, I'm sometimes light sensitive, but... T-Berg Sci-Fi Tech. Go for 99 minutes. But wait, there's more. Matt Deckard. Toss him a nickel, will ya? Pandemic be damned. That's the spirit, Matt. Mr. Pete's channel. Now you really ticked off our captain. T-Berg Sci-Fi Tech. I'm tight right now, Cap. Been on medical leave for a month, so no short-term disability coverage. No problem. Like I said, it's not a big deal. Just we do these, just helps us out. And every time we're doing a fucking live with Samuel, he's like, oh, it's $20 more, $30 more to a really good milestone. And I'm like, ugh. All of a sudden, 10, 24, 5, 2, 3 fucking dollars are rolling in. And I'm like, and here I am going, if you could possibly do $1 or so, that'd be great. And the online equivalent of crickets. So I don't know if it's just the British asking for money that is people are receptive to. I don't get it. Squadra Course puts in $2. How about 2/5 of a 5 or 1/5 of a 10? Thank you very much, Squadra Course. Yeah, it's cool. I'm just, if you can't afford it, obviously that's fine. I don't want anybody to be put out by it. So, Matt Deckard, Detmer needs to calm the crack down. Yeah, she does. She needs to go swift kick in the ass. That's what she needs. T-Berg Sci-Fi Tech. I think Detmer needs her hard drive defragged. Matt Deckard, Detmer can be replaced by a droid like that. Snap. Added an astromech droid, be even better. T-Berg Sci-Fi Tech. Too many cookies in her history. Sturm von Ulk. Be careful, Detmer will give you the stink eye. I really don't care. I'd rip it out. Bitch. And it wouldn't be the fake one. T-Berg Sci-Fi Tech. God, the damn repair droids. Don't even get me started on that shit. I wish there was a line saying that they got them from Enterprise because Discovery didn't have them because they come in little things in the hull. And they're not the same hull color as Discovery. They're the same hull color as the Enterprise ones that we saw. So, whatever. Matt Deckard, alternate universe mirror, not the mirror we know and love. Oh. Because that makes more sense. Matt Deckard. Oh, said that already. Devo77X. Empress Giorgio's ship had a sun as its power core. Most people become light sensitive because of that. And after it was gone, they weren't? Possibly. T-Bird Sci-Fi Tech. Giorgio is the dark side. Giorgio's not a character I enjoy. Geek in Review. Did you notice Detmer initially said we when referring to herself, then changed it to I? Tell me Control isn't back. Christ, I hope not. Oh, fuck. I didn't notice that. Fuck. If that's true, I'm going to... not good. Christopher Holiday. Light-sensitive people wear sunglasses at night. I wear my sunglasses at night so I can. I forget the rest of the lyrics. That's Corey Hart, baby. And it looks... During that video, I don't know if you know who Corey Hart is. You might be too young, but the sunglasses at night thing's Corey Hart. If you watch the video, it looks like he got in trouble from his parents right before he filmed because he got that pouty face like, I wear my sunglasses at night. It's like he's always got that damn pouty face. Like every time I'm going to film a video, Mom and Dad, I stole the car and I scraped it up. When I was parking in the underground parking, I scraped the side of the car. You did what, you little bastard? Okay, good, thanks. Bye. That's another topic for another day. Matt Deckard, Captain needs a shore leave, and he needs to bug some drinks when Samuel comes in. Matt Deckard, ask for British money. Chip, chip, cheerio. Would it be great? It would be really great if y'all could throw in £1 or $2 for me and my homie. It's like, I don't know if that's Irish or Scottish. I don't know what the hell that was. T-Berg Sci-Fi Tech. I'll buy you a Timmy's next time in London. Deal. Carlo Albanese. Can you send Foley some money for me, please? I'm British. Matt Deckard. Tilly can take Detmer's position, and Detmer can shove up the brains. Tilly can do a lot of things, and Detmer can piss off. Hooker Unleashed Films. I still say Giorgio has her eyes on Linus because of his eyes. Bye-bye, Linus. Oh, I totally agree. I totally agree with you there. Geek in Review. What happened when you met the actress who played Detmer? You mentioned it in the video earlier. Okay. She's a bitch. We talked to Onishiwa, the black lady. Fantastic woman. Had a beautiful interview with her. We talked to Bryce and the other bridge crew guy. They actually watched Trekyards. They knew who Trekyards is, which is great. They were also very friendly to talk to. Very nice. Go up and talk to the Detmer actress. And we're like, we just, we interviewed da-da-da and da-da-da and da-da. And, we just want to interview you for our web series. And she's like, ugh. And she looks at the lady beside her who stands up. Well, I'm her agent and under contract here at the Star Trek convention. They can't do interviews. It's like, well, we just we interviewed a lot of people. Just saying. 3 of them are at the other table just across the way and they're on the same fucking cast as you. No, according to the rules of the convention, you can't interview us. All right. Bye. She's a little too big for her britches. She thinks she's important, and she's a good actress, and she's not. So, just saying. Why would you want free publicity and to be interviewed by a web series that's Star Trek related that people might want to watch because they care about your character. No, being uptight, stuck up. Boom. Don't get me fucking started. Everybody else was nice to us and talked to us. But yeah. Matt Deckard, but control can't hurt anything past the big bada boom. It's 1,000 years after it mattered. Yeah. Ninja Chris 77. Speaking of Giorgio, how the fuck is she still running around the ship? She's a mass murderer, for fuck's sakes. Lock her up. I'm still confused by that. As are we. Sturm von Alk. Is there interference that Giorgio is a descendant of Hoshi Sato? I don't follow Star Trek Discovery enough to pay attention. Nope. And that's racist. Ninja Chris 77. Picard does the same shit. Women murder someone and it's forgotten at the end of the season. LOL. What woman is that? Oh, 7 or 9, right? Yeah. Mr. Pete's channel. That sounded more Irish than English. I know. All right, governor. Matt Deckard, when can we get back to making high-end fan films? Paul Graham, hey Captain, points chat. Hey Paul, how's it going? And don't worry, we're not talking about The Mandalorian anymore. We went way off the rails quite a while ago, so you're not going to hear anything that's Mando related, except I liked it. So there you go. Matt Deckard, is this why she seems like a bitch on the show? Oh no, they're going to cause them to write her out. Next subject. No, it's, I want my character to do something. I'm gonna get me a manager person. An agent, that's what it's called. I'm gonna get me an agent. I'm gonna demand that I have a part. Alright, so Detmer, you were a bridge character, just like Bryce and that other guy that we don't even know his name. So you can have a little bit of PTSD and kind of act like a bitch, which won't be hard for you in the next season. You know, maybe have an episode or two that kind of have a minute of you speaking. I mean, that's what we could do. We can write that in right now, right, guys? Yeah, okay. So yeah, just show up instead of be yourself. That's what happened. Ninja Chris 77. Damn, I like her character in the show. Well, you can like a character. You can like her. I don't care. That's my impression of her. So that shouldn't take away from your enjoyment of the character. Matt Deckard, remember when Denise Crosby left to have a movie career? Exactly. She wanted her character to do more as well, but that didn't go out so well. Christopher Holliday, she's the biggest snob besides William Shatner. I won't say that, but Ryan K, I'd be thinking F you very much in that situation. Oh yeah, very much. Absolutely. We're going up and talking to Anthony Rapp. You know, we're going up and talking to, what's his name? The Klingon that's not a Klingon, that was actually a human. I can't remember his name. Fantastic guy. We were talking to him. We talked to Lorca. We talked to Chris Isaac. We talked to Doug Jones. We talked to the real cast. And they were all very friendly. Some of them gave us interviews. You know, some of them were like, well, we can't really say much. We can't really do interviews because, and they're the actual cast. So at that point, we're like, yeah, no problem. We totally understand. But they at least talked to us for a few minutes without having an agent step in. Chris Isaac was great. Anthony Rapp, who plays Stamets, was fantastic. We had a funny little moment, which I've talked about a few times. And I still talk to him on a regular basis. He also watches Trekyards. So does Vok Tyler. What the hell is his name? The actor. He was also watched Trekyards. And so did Mary Shifo, who played Laurel. She watched Trekyards to learn about Klingons. So a lot of them knew about Trekyards and watch it on set. So, but yeah, we're talking to the real cast and real actors like Chris Isaac, who's in fucking Harry Potter and a bunch of other movies. Shazid Latif, thank you, Geeks Interview. Yes, that's him. Fantastic guy. We have an interview with him on the channel. You can look up these interviews and go watch them. They're fantastic. Very friendly people, and they're actually more of a character than Detmer. All I'm too important to talk to you. Okay. Okay, you go think about it. Ninja Chris 77, that blonde doctor, I forgot her name. Geek in Review, Detmer said to Stamets, "You're not the only one. Only other moved this ship. I'm the pilot. We moved it. Just rewatched it. It did check." That's awful. And I hope it's not Control, because that'd be fucking stupid. Matt Deckard, Hoshi is Japanese. Giorgio is gated. Don't be racist. Paul Graham, I noticed. You noticed what? That we're off topic? Oh, Matt Deckard, did you ever get any of the Johnny Lightning starships? How's the make? I have a few of them. I have the cloaked Romulan bird of prey, which is just clear plastic. I've got the refit. I got the Miranda. I've got the battle damaged TOS Enterprise for some reason, because apparently it's battle damaged at one point. Not really, but whatever. Okay, fine. I don't have the undamaged one, because you can't find that to save your fucking life. But I got two of the damaged ones. They're good. They're good. Mr. Pete's channel, she acts like a typical redhead. Detmer? I don't think she's actually a redhead, though. Tilly's a redhead. Michael Anderson, Shazad Latif, yes, thank you. Matt Deckard, Shatner deserves his snobbery. He's truly is a good actor. Make fun of him, but he owns the screen, and we want it more and more. This is Jericho. Jason Isaacs, you mean? Yes, what did I say? Did I say Chris Isaacs? It's Jason Isaacs, yes. Fantastic guy. We told him to watch Trekyards because he hadn't heard of it. But we gave him our business card, and he said he would check it out. Probably bullshitting us, but that's okay. He was the nicest fucking guy. Totally unlike his character. I loved Lorca. I thought he was a great character. I threw Samuel under the bus when I met him, because he's like, yeah, this guy never liked your character. I thought Lorca was pretty great. Well, Samuel had to defend himself and say, "Oh, you didn't make a good Federation captain." I'm like, I disagree. He was a good military wartime captain, which is fine. So I kind of threw Samuel under the bus. Nicest fucking guy. Talked to him for a few minutes. So this is Jericho, Clam Fandango, Matt Deckard. How are they going to learn about Trek if they don't watch lore? I mean, Trekyards. Matt Deckard, Detmer can come back as a pack lid when she's doing voiceovers in 10 years. Oh, Geek in Review. Jason Isaacs. Chris Isaacs was the Wicked Games singer. Okay. No, Jason Isaacs. Thank you. Thank you. Lorca. I'll just say Lorca. Ninja Chris 77. The captain gets confused when he reads answers in chat from questions he read 20 minutes ago. I always do, because unfortunately you can't keep up with the chat and answer the questions. I like to give everybody their just due. Or I could just sit here and go, I'll answer super chats. I really liked this episode. It was great. The Mandalorian did things. Baby Yoda ate eggs. There were spiders as well. Or I could just fucking ramble like an idiot and ignore every super chat that comes in, regardless. But no, I think you guys really deserve the time and attention to answer questions. And unfortunately, that makes the chat get behind. And it's 20 minutes later, and I read a fucking answer that you guys have put in. And I'm like, what? Because it was literally 20 minutes ago. And I don't remember what I did 3 seconds ago. So, you know how it is. Paul Graham, yes, I noticed that you were off topic. Cloak ship, clear plastic, LOL. Matt Deckard, Jason may not want to watch Trekyards after he finds out how much it costs. What, for all our content to be absolutely fucking free? Yeah, I could see him having a problem with that. What? We have nothing behind a paywall. If you, like I said, if you want to help support the channel and super chat, feel free. If you don't, that's also fine. I'm still going to have to ask for it, unfortunately, because that's part of how we make our money. So I don't know what you want me to say. You don't have to super chat. We really appreciate it when you do. And we read every super chat regardless. So I don't understand the problem. Nothing is behind a paywall. Ninja Chris 77, 10 out of 10. Matt Deckard, Mandalorian 2. I loved it. I give it a 9 out of 10. What's your grade? Jeremy Allen says 10 out of 10. I would give it a... I'm not going to give it a 10 out of 10. Usually we save the score reviews for tomorrow. I will say that I think this one deserves... I want to say an 8 out of 10. It was just... There wasn't a lot going on in the episode, honestly. It was a very cookie cutter episode. Most of them are, let's be fair. Most of the Mando scripts are very westernish. They're very, like I said, cookie cutter stuff we've seen before, but done really well. This one was no exception. However, there just wasn't much going on. That being said, seeing the X-Wings and the X-Wing pilots was really great. So yeah, I'm going to give it probably an 8 out of 10. And we'll see how that score is reflected tomorrow, but Matt Deckard puts in $5 because you're here to entertain me. Thank you. Thank you, Matt. I really appreciate that. Christopher Holiday, I met Alan Alda once. He was cool, but he loves talking about himself. Well, a lot of people like that do. Carlo Albanese. 20 minutes chat is better than a week, like the old captain's log. 20-minute chat is better than a week like the old captain's log. 20-minute, what? I'm confused by your comment. So you don't like the captain's logs? I'm confused. Please clarify, Carlo. Mr. Pete's channel, how much money do you need? Everything is free in Canada. That's very true. Matt Deckard, and I appreciate what you do. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate what you guys do watching. So thank you. Rebel Poet 71, not 8 out of 10. Highest scores have to be for ones worth rewatching. This one was miserable. I'd say 6 out of 10. Well, it wasn't miserable by any means. Enjoyment factors in 8 out of 10. As for Mandalorian, okay, I can see a lower score. We'll see. I'll see what I'll have. I'll mull it over tomorrow. I have to rewatch it again at least twice more tomorrow before we do our live. So, Ryan K, I wish Mr. Pete. Ninja Chris 77, I just hope this isn't fighting a monster again next episode. Well, they're on a boat in the water, so maybe it'll be a sea monster. Ninja Chris 77, getting kind of old. Matt Deckard, I'll be playing with my Oculus in Bridge Crew. Keep an eye out. Matt.Deckard. Haven't played Bridge Crew in a while. I need to get back into that. Geek and Review, you guys are true Trek fans compared to most YouTube channels and commentators. Well, thank you. We appreciate that very much, Geek and Review. Jordan A, it reminded me of the second episode of season 1. Good, but filler. Absolutely. Matt Deckard, and yes, Super Chat the captain. The ship's going to be able to break orbit if it needs some fuel, and it needs some fuel. Squadron Course, it would be fun if they did a Mandalorian episode that was a play on the Firefly episode, maybe the train job. I'm sure they will, actually. There's going to be a train robbing one. I mean, they already did that with Solo, but there's got to be something like it. Curtis Simpkins, hi Captain, sorry I'm late, sir. Well, I'm just about to close it down. We're coming up on 2 hours now, so I was just getting ready to say goodnight, so. Rebel Poet 71, missable, not miserable. It wasn't bad, just didn't add any. Oh, but you did write miserable. So, like I say, grammar's important, so spelling. Carlos says, love the logs. Before lives, you read the comments we put in the last video you did a few years ago. Yeah, exactly. I like doing that as well. I like having your voice heard out there, guys. Firefly was incredible, and Ryan K says, missed that show. Okay, that's it, guys. I'm going to call it quits right there. Almost 2 hour mark, but thank you. You guys are awesome. I'm not going to read any more comments because I'm saying goodbye unless you super chat. If you want to say one more thing and have it read by me on air, then I will read it if you send a super chat. If not, I'm not reading anymore. Thank you guys. Have a good night. If you can join us tomorrow for our full reaction, review, and breakdown of Chapter 10, The Passenger of the Mandalorian, please consider doing so. We'll look at each scene and give both our thoughts, mine and Samuel's. So if you can join us for that, please do that. It's 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 10 p.m. in the UK. So join us for Mandalorian Monday tomorrow. Then, of course, we have a full week full of other stuff. and then it comes full circle again. So anyway, guys, until then, it's Captain Foley signing off. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Hope I entertained you guys and kept you guys on the edge of your seat with excitement. It's good to do these when I'm in a good mood and actually feel like doing them. I could probably go for another hour, hour and a half, but I do have to get to bed, and I have some other stuff I need to do before I do that. So I really enjoy these ones, and when I'm in a good mood like this, it's really fun for me to interact with you guys. It's always fun to interact with you guys, even when I'm in a bad mood, but it would have probably been done an hour ago. But this one's been fun, because I like to go on rants and tell little stories. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, like I said, and have yourselves a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow. It's Captain Foley signing off. Back to work, guys.